What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show, and we got something cool to show you. It's alive! It's official. We finally have the F4i running. I'm gonna go over exactly what I did to finish getting this thing running, and then today what we're gonna do is we're gonna change the oil, we're gonna change the tires, we're gonna get the suspension back to its normal ride height, and we're going to start stitching this bike back together so that it can do the thing that all motorcycles wanna do. Go down the road, feel the wind through its hair, and eventually get this thing on a racetrack. Now, if you missed the last episode, this is an $1,100 motorcycle that I bought with no title, that did not run and did not have keys. So I wanted to show you guys the whole process that I did to figure out how to get this bike to prime. I did that in the last video. Now, in the meantime, I went through and I pulled every single injector on this motorcycle and blasted them through with carb cleaner using a pretty sketchy technique. And I'm gonna show you the proper way to do it a little bit later on because I'm waiting on some parts to come in. But in the meantime, this thing needs an oil change. It needs a tire change. It needs the chain to be adjusted. It needs the suspension to be raised, and I need to start putting things back together on this motorcycle instead of tearing them apart. So the first thing we are gonna do today is we are going to change the oil in this thing because it's probably 5, 6, maybe even 8 years old. And I definitely don't want to run this bike for too long with some crappy old oil in it. Well, initially my plan was to change the oil first, but because this bike has been lowered, it's actually really hard for me to do this in an intelligent way. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to raise the front end so that I can get the oil pan sitting flat, because currently it's dipping forward pretty significantly, and I don't wanna leave any of the old nasty oil in there. First things first, I'm gonna see about removing this whole front fairing. This is 100% the sketchiest thing I've ever done with a motorcycle, so I need to move fast. Improvise, adapt, and overcome, people. Okay, I just decided to do both since, you know, I was already working on one suspension component. I might as well get the other one done. And it's significantly higher. This is definitely more what I'm used to when it comes to sport bikes. So now let's turn it over again, let it run for about 45 seconds, drop the oil, replace it with some new good stuff. I interrupt this montage to bring you a quick word from the sponsor of today's video, Insta360. They make some of the best action cameras on the market, and they're the go-to source for all things 360 with their X3 camera. If you're looking to capture everything around you while you ride, this is the easiest way to do it. Whether you're trying to share a ride with your friends or make YouTube videos, this camera's a great way to make sure that you don't miss anything. Filming with it can be as easy as pushing down one button, or if you want to dive into the menus, you can set it up just the way you want. The best thing for me about the X3 is how easy it is to edit the footage. Either in the app or in my case through Premiere Pro, I can get great looking footage for videos or social media in seconds. If you click the link down in the description below, you can check out the X3 for yourself and get a free selfie stick, or you can check out their brand new Ace Pro action camera. A huge shout out to Insta360 for sponsoring the channel, and now let's get back to turning wrenches. Go. I can't do it without the front end on. Doit. Okay, I think this is day 2 of this particular episode. It's been a minute since I've worked on the F4i, and I did do a couple of things off camera that I'm gonna run through right now. First of all, I put a flasher relay in here, nothing fancy there. And then second thing I did was I checked the radiator because I didn't know if it had anything in it, and it's a good thing I did because it didn't have anything in it. It was completely empty. So we did fill it up with water here, just regular old tap water. I'm not gonna run the bike until I drain it. I just wanna see if it's actually holding water or if there's a leak in it. So I've currently got it filled up and I'm gonna watch it for the next day or so. But in the meantime, what I do wanna do is I wanna take the injectors out of the bike, which they're currently over there. I'll show you the process of pulling them anyway. And then I want to actually get them cleaned with the proper tools because we kind of bootlegged it last time, and I want to get some good flow. And then we're going to put the injectors back together, put it on the bike. Fingers crossed, today we'll be able to get the bike stitched together, put everything back in place, and then tomorrow I'll pull the wheels off, take them to AF1, and get some new tires fitted. I actually already have them sitting on the parts counter there, and maybe by the end of the week, this bike will be done. I knew I was feeling too optimistic. The injectors are cleaned, they're completely pulled out, and I've got them stripped down as much as I can. But unfortunately, the parts that I ordered, the kit to rebuild all this, for the wrong bike. I'm pretty sure it was for a 600R, not an F4i, so I have to get new parts. Yeah. All right, third work day, I think. No, fourth work day of this video. And today we're replacing the kickstand, getting the wheels off, and hopefully, fingers crossed, putting the injectors back together because I have almost everything I need to get that job done here. And I'm gonna drive up to my buddy's place in Round Rock while getting the tires fixed. Just walked out of AF1, dropping the tires off. Now I need to drive up to my buddy's place because there's little brass rings in the fuel injectors that I need to pull those out. I gotta pull those out so that I can actually get the new basket filters in place. Let me show you. So there's the basket filter right there, and it's just a press fitting in there. So, you know, you tap it in with a hammer or whatnot. But I can't press fit it in with that in there, and there's a special tool that basically looks like a wood screw, and you pull it out. So, by the way, there's my old Ducati, just in case anybody's in the market for a Hyperstrada. I can verify that it's in good shape. All right, let's hit the road. All right, this turned into a two-man job because we had to basically run a screw into every single one of the injectors. I've already put the press fittings in there. So those are the new baskets. Those are the little collars that go. These are rubber collars that I guess stop the thing from going on too far. And then new O-rings that are actually going to do the sealing. The little collars were a pain in the butt to get out. Basically, we had to thread up some screws and then tap it with a hammer, and then they popped out. Not sure why they wouldn't just go with plastic. Our current theory is they wanted to sell us 4 more injectors. So they do make a special tool for it, but I'm impatient, so I wasn't going to wait. So came up here and got a second hand. All right, cycle gear probably. Brake pads and coolant because I need it. Then AF1 somewhere, lunch, then profit. Giant bag of stuff from cycle gear back there. Time to head back to AF1, see if the tires are ready, and then get back to wrenching. Oh yeah, fresh meat for the F4i. Went with the Rosso 4s on this. Probably overkill, but they look really good. Okay, rims are done, injectors are done, I've got coolant. I only have I've only got 2 of the 3 brake pad sets that I need. I need to order 1 more set of pads, so I won't have those for today, but I can order another set now that I know exactly which ones to get. And then from there, I think I just have to bolt some stuff together. So let's head back to the garage and get back to work. No big intros today. I'm sick of working on this fucking bike. Okay, let's see if this thing wants to do the motorcycle thing. You know, start, run, and all that. I'm gonna prime it again just because. Yeah, there we go. Yay! And there's no FI lights now that I have the airbox all plugged together. I'm gonna just let it idle for a second. Actually, no, I'm not, because I forgot to put the cap on the radiator. Now I'm gonna let it idle for a second. Whoops. Okay. This is a good feeling. Not as good as this. It works! It's done! Sort of. So basically, I breezed through putting it back together because there's a lot of shit that needs to get put onto this bike. And mostly because it's not even going to be anywhere close to done, even when I put all of the stuff that I have ready for it. I still need to do a lot of stuff, and I actually figured it would be more fun to bust that out into its own episode. So next time what we're going to do is we're actually going to finalize making this bike street legal. It needs a plate, it needs a whole bunch of other bits and bobs that will finally cause this motorcycle to pass inspection. Then after that, we're going to go ride this thing for a little bit. We're going to see how it feels, and then there's an entire build series that I'm going to run on this, powered by, in large part, one guy over on the Discord server. If you want to check it out, click the link down in the description below. Check out the Patreon. That's the best way to support the channel. But this guy went above and beyond and has sent a whole raft of parts over there, one of which is already in here, and that's the K&N filter. And we've got full race tech suspension, we've got RCS 19 master cylinder, we've got a whole bunch of other just absolutely wild parts that are going to go onto this bike, like clutch stuff and exhaust and power commander and all kinds of wild things that are going to make this absolute crusty nugget bike perhaps one of the nicest F4Is on the road. So it's going to be a real rags to riches story. I'm just really excited because I've only ridden it around the road. It's this close. It's this close to being done. I need to adjust the chain, I need to bleed the brakes, I need to replace the pads, I need to do this, that, and the other thing. But today we're gonna stop with complete and utter success, which is kind of rare for this channel. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later.